Awakening. Derek, I'm so sorry. They haven't had one of their fits in a while. I didn't think this would happen, Emily explained apologetically. One of their fits? Emily, I just got threatened to death by your dad and slapped by your mom. What the hell? I replied. The words came out like bullets, fast and aimed directly at her. Derek, please. They haven't been the same since the accident. Can we at least go to dinner so that I can explain? It'll be on me. I owe you that much after what just happened. Okay, but you might have to feed me because I don't think I can move my jaw properly. She smiled, that beautiful smile at the end of my joke. However, as quickly as it came, it went. I don't think I was meant to see it. I got into my car and reached over to open the door. Do people still do that? Did I just make things weird? I guess chivalry isn't dead, she smiled as she held down the bottom of her dress and sat in the passenger seat. I wonder if she was aware that she's wearing the same dress as earlier. Does she even care? Maybe she didn't have time to get ready. I mean, when I said that nothing had changed, I meant literally nothing changed. We got some small talk out of the way first. Nothing serious. The usual, so how's everything? Followed by the casual, oh, not bad. We talked about her writing. I've managed to keep up with it over the years, during my breaks at work or the rare occurrence of a day off. I've always loved her writing. The horror behind them mixed with complex and creative stories. I never doubted her success. Her last book, Derailed, is a New York Times bestseller. It's about a train conductor that takes his son to work on the wrong day. A gang of thugs try to hijack the train and end up killing the little boy. He then goes on a mission to find those responsible for the death of his son and makes them pay for it. It's quite the mix between thriller and horror. Derek, I want to apologize again for what happened earlier. Yeah, what was that? About a year ago, I was visiting my family here in Redford, so naturally I wanted to take them out to dinner. My sister was working that night, so my parents and I picked up my nephew to take him with us. While coming back across the Saranac River, I lost control of the car and drove off the bridge. She teared up and looked away to hide them from me. It was obviously a sensitive subject. Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. I had no idea. I haven't really kept in touch with anybody in Redford. Not even my dad. That last sentence hurt me. It might as well have been a sword that came out of my mouth and straight into my chest. I don't remember much from that night. In fact, I don't remember anything. My guess is that the accident screwed with my short-term memory for a while. The furthest thing I remember from after the accident is driving home one day. But there they were. Mom, Dad, and even Julian. They were taking care of him like they always do. She started crying. The pain behind the story dominates her emotions. But nothing's been the same since, Derek. She added behind a sob. They get randomly aggressive. All three of them. Something happened with the accident that I can't explain. One minute they're fine, the next they start screaming and throwing things. At other times they're just blank, expressionless. They just sit perfectly still for hours. She stared at the drops of rain that were now falling down the window and wiped the tears from her eyes. And it's all my fault. You're what? Sorry? She snapped, interrupting me. I'm the one who's sorry, Derek. I came home to visit my family and ended up ruining their lives with that accident. No, don't think like that. It's not. Don't even say it, Derek. It is my fault. She interrupted me again. I ruined their lives. They would have been better off without me. Emily, isn't that why you forgot all about me, Derek? Because I would have ruined your life too? No, Emily, I had school and what? Or should I say who? That whore, Linda, that you were screwing during med school? She shouted like I've never heard before. Calm down. Let's talk about this. Derek, it's raining. You shouldn't go so fast, she said as if she wasn't here for what just happened. What? Did you just... How did you not... What the fuck is going on? words erupted from me, fueled by anger and confusion. "Whoa, honey, you shouldn't speak like that in front of the baby," she stated, giving me a playful nudge on the arm. What baby?" I asked, looking through the rearview mirror, not seeing anyone or anything in the back seat. "Derek, watch out!" I'm forced back into focus by the loud scream. About 3 car lengths in front of us, I can make out a dark shape in the middle of the road. I panicked and turned the steering wheel hard to the right. Panic quickly turned into fear as my car crashes with full speed into something. Then, in a blink of an eye, everything turns dark. I wake up disoriented, unaware of my surroundings. A series of beeps capture my attention. My eyes lack the strength to stay open long enough to make sense of things. I don't need my eyes. I know exactly where I am, I thought to myself. I've spent enough time in hospitals to know what they sound like. What's going on? Why am I here? I wondered behind a long, painful chill that ran up my spine. "Emily," I finally managed to speak. An older and softer voice replied. "Oh no, sweetie. It's Mrs. Klein. How are you feeling?" I feel like I've been hit by a bus. More like you drove off a bridge, honey." "What?" "You got into an accident crossing the Saranac River. You drove right off of it and into the water," she added, grabbing my hand in an effort to comfort me. Emily, is she okay?" "Who?" "Emily," I replied. "She was with me in the car. Is she okay?" "Sweetie, I think you may have a concussion. Maybe you should try resting a little more." She ignored my question. "What happened to Emily?" I tried asking a little louder, followed by a series of coughs, which were decorated with blood. "Derek, who is this Emily you speak of?" she added worriedly. "Emily Cooper. She was in the car with me," I muttered. "That can't be, sweetie. Emily Cooper died early this morning after being in a coma for about a year," she explained. "Wait, what? I'm sorry, Derek. I thought you knew. I know you guys were close." She sat down on my bed and placed my right hand between both of hers. "Emily and her parents, along with Emily's nephew, got into an accident on that same bridge that took all of their lives. All except for Emily. She survived the crash, but went into a coma that lasted until this morning." No, Mrs. Klein. She was in the car with me." "Maybe you dreamt it. Honey, you were here earlier. Perhaps you saw her name on a chart or something. Maybe you heard when they asked me to prep her body for the morgue." No, she was there. We were going to dinner. Her whole family, they're not dead. They're crazy, but not dead." My eyes started weighing down again. My eyebrows scrunched up in pain. "Rest up, dear. I'm going to get you something for that pain, okay? I'll be right back." Mrs. Klein walked back to the main desk and rang for a nurse. "Derek is in a lot of pain. He needs something to ease it. Would you mind getting him something, Natalie?" "I'm sorry, who?" she replies, looking through her room assignment sheet. "Derek Thompson. He's in room B7. "Loretta, that patient died shortly after arrival. A couple of hours ago." The end.